Hello, my dear students. I hope you all have been doing well. From today, we are going to start our new topic, and this is about drug metabolism and drug designing. So, this topic is based on two lectures, lecture number 5 and lecture number 6. In lecture number 5, we will be studying about drug metabolism, how drug metabolize inside our body, and what are the phases of drug metabolism, and what are the reaction of drug metabolism. And in next part of this lecture, this topic that we will be discussing in lecture number 6, we will discuss in lecture number 6 about how the knowledge of drug metabolism applied for the designing of the drug. So let's start from the drug metabolism. So first question is this: what is drug metabolism? Drug metabolism is actually a change in the drug. So, so imp- uh, question is this: how the drug change after the metabolism, or how the metabolism change the drug. So when drug metabolize in our body, it change in a way that it can be become active from its inactive precursor, as we discuss in our lecture of prodrug. In the prodrug, we will we will be having a inactive precursor of a drug that we will be saying as prodrug. But in after the metabolism, this prodrug converted into the active form of a drug. So, what is the consequence of the metabolism? One of the consequence of drug metabolism is that the metabolism convert an inactive drug or prodrug into an active form, or it may inactivate the active form of drug. Means it may be possible we consume a drug in its inactive form, and after the metabolism, the inactive drug convert into active active form to exert its biological activity. Or it may be possible that drug metabolism leave drug in unaltered form. Means the drug metabolism, after the drug metabolism, neither drug get activated nor it become inactivated, but it remains in unaltered form. So the important question is this: why metabolism of drug is essential? So metabolism of drug is essential for certain reason, and one of the most important reason of drug metabolism is drug excretion. Drug metabolism is required for the excretion of the drug from the body. As we can see here, drug can be excreted from the body uh, from different organ. The drug that we consume during any disease, when it absorbs and reaches its target site, after performing its target, the drug should have to excrete from the body. For the excretion of the body, there are certain organs that is assessed for the drug to excrete from the body. And from all these organ, kidney is the main organ from where the drug excrete into the urine. But you have to keep in mind that all those drugs that are hydrophobic in nature, that are lipophilic in nature, and that are non-polar in nature cannot excrete from the body, uh, especially from the kidney. So, for a drug to be excrete from the kidney, it should be polar in nature, it should be sufficiently hydrophilic in nature. So that is the reason all the drug that reaches in the kidney in the lipophilic form, it must transfer first into the liver, and then it must first transform or metabolize in the liver and convert into hydrophilic form. So this hydrophilic form of drug then can easily be excreted from the urine, from the kidney through the urine. So in, other important thing why drug metabolism is essential is that drug metabolism is essential for the biological activity of drug. As I discussed with you in the section in the lecture of prodrug, that for example we are having a drug levodopa, that is the precursor of the dopamine. It is a prodrug. It cannot deliver its action until and unless it metabolize and convert into the active form of a drug, that is dopamine. So the other important the other important step or other important thing why drug metabolism is essential is the uh, its biological activity. Drug metabolism is important for a drug to exert its biological activity, and drug metabolism is also important for the termination of the biological activity, because when a drug in our body has performed its work, after that or till after that it should have to stop its biological action. Otherwise it can create other lot of different problems in our body. For example, in case if we are taking drug levodopa in our body, and it is converted into, it is metabolized into dopamine. And dopamine, for example, is involved in our motor activity. I have discussed with you in the lecture of prodrug. But if the dopamine is performing motor activity in the body, and then we are taking this drug uh, dopamine in the form of a prodrug form, that is the levodopa, exogenously, and then what happened, this drug will come in our body uh, and will perform its work, that is the motor activity. So after performing its work, the drug should have to finish its activity. Otherwise what will happen, for example, if dopamine is performing uh, motor activity by contraction of muscles, by contracting the muscles, so what will happen, drug if the drug action will not be stopped, what happened, they they still continue contraction of our muscles, that is not desirable. So the drug metabolism is also important for the termination of its biological activity. Next important question is this: how metabolism assists to achieve these goals. For means how the metabolism of drug uh, eliminate the drug from the body, how metabolism of drug stop the biological activity of the body of the drug, how metabolism of drug can initiate the biological activity of drug. So how we are taking for we are taking one example of the excretion of drug from the body. So question is this: how the metabolism assists excretion of drug from the body. So how it assists the excretion of drug from the body. Metabolism of a drug generate more polar water soluble inactive metabolites of the drug, so that they can easily radially excrete from our body. As I told you previously, that for excretion of a drug from our body, it should be present in more polar form, or it should be present in hydrophilic form. So how the metabolism assists uh, drug to excrete from the body. Metabolism of drug convert a non-polar drug into the polar form, and the polar drug easily excrete out from our body. So when we take drug in our from exogenously, so we take drug as oral form, either in oral route or intravenous route. So the drug that we use as injectable, it directly reaches to the systemic circulation. However, the drug that we consume as a oral drug, it first reaches to the stomach, then intestine, and then from this intestine it is reaches to the portal circulation, from where it reaches to the liver. And in the liver, what happened? The in the liver, the drug metabolize. So main organ of drug metabolism is the liver, where two phases of drug metabolism takes place. One phase of drug metabolism is phase 1 reaction, and is other phase of drug metabolism is phase 2 reaction. So what we will see what happened in phase 1 reaction and in what happened in this phase 2 reactions in coming slides. But you have to keep remember, after this first one, phase 1 and phase 2 reaction, what happened? The drug, after this phase 1 and phase 2 reaction that takes place in liver, after this two reactions, drug are sufficiently in that form, that is the polar form, that can be easily excreted from the body. So what are the phase 1 reaction? Phase 1 reaction is actually functionalization reaction, and phase 2 reaction is the conjugation reaction. What is the functionalization reaction? uh, Functionalization reaction are those reaction in that we add up a functional group in the drug. So what this addition of functional group does, it convert the parent drug to a polar metabolite by addition of a functional group. For example, um, what happened in phase 1 metabolism? In phase 1 metabolism, we add a functional group in the drug. So either we add a functional group in the drug, a polar functional group that change a non-polar drug into a polar drug, and make a drug in sufficiently polar form, that is previously unpolar form, so as to this drug can be further metabolized into phase 2 reaction. Or in phase 1 reaction, uh, another thing that can also takes place, it is unmasking a functional group. What does it means, unmasking of a functional group? Some drugs are having functional group that are masked from by other group of the drug. So or some when we take the drug in our body, so what happened, the functional group that are responsible for polarity of the drug masked by different protein that are present in our body. So what happened, when this drug conjugated with this certain enzyme that masks the drug functional group, when reaches in the liver, so what happened in the liver, uh, microsomes, the phase 1 reaction takes place. So this one reaction, phase 1 reaction, what they do, they unmask the functional group of polar functional group of the drug, so make the drug more polar, so it can further metabolize in phase 2 reaction. So phase 1 reaction, usually drug lost its pharmacological activity in phase 1 reaction, and sometime drug can be more active than parent drug. So we will see then what are how this phase 1 metabolism takes place. You have to keep in your mind that phase 1 reaction and phase 2 reaction takes place in our liver, and phase 1 reaction takes place in microsomes of the liver, and the phase 2 reaction takes place cytosol of the liver. So we are talking about phase 1 reaction. What are the phase 1 reaction? Phase 1 reaction are the functionalization reaction. What are the functionalization reaction? A functionalization is the addition of a functional group in a drug, mainly a polar group, or the unmasking of a polar group that is already present in the drug and masked by certain protein or other group of the drug, of the same drug. So how the polar group add in the drug, or how this polar group that is already present in the drug unmasked by the metabolism or by the phase 1 reaction. So for this unmasking of polar group, or for the addition of a polar group, there are certain reactions that takes place in the microsomes of the liver. And what are these reactions? These are oxidation of the drug, either drug oxidize, either drug reduce, either drug hydrolyze, or either it is there will be hydration, and either drug get isomerized. So all these are the phase 1 reaction that participate for the conversion of a non-polar drug into a polar drug, slightly polar drug. You have to keep in your mind that in phase 1 reaction, drug somewhat uh, polarized, somewhat means having a polar group. However, to become fully polar, it should have to be further metabolized in phase 2 reaction. So all all the enzyme that are present in the microsome. What are these enzymes that are present in the microsome of the liver? In the microsome of the liver, there are certain enzyme, liver enzyme, for example, cytochrome P450 enzyme. We say them microsomal enzyme. Also, we can say them microsomal enzyme or mixed function oxidase enzyme. They are present in the microsomes of the liver. They may also present in the kidney, lung, and intestine. They assist for the uh, functional for the addition of a functional group in a drug, or unmasking of the functional group. So after the functionalization reaction, the final product that we get after the phase 1 reaction, that are oxidation, reduction, hydrolysis, and hydration or isomerization, the final product of this reaction, phase 1 reaction, that will the final product that we will get, what it will be having. It will be either having OH group, that is the hydroxyl group, a polar group. It may be having NH2 group. It may be having SH group. May be having COOH group, that is carboxylic group, carboxyl group. So all these group are functional in nature, or how these group add up in the drug. These group add up in the drug after the oxidation, reduction, hydrolysis, hydration, or isomerization. So keep in mind all these means all this reaction uh, takes place according to the nature of a drug. For example, in some drug there is it is necessary that drug oxidize to add in it functional polar functional group. So this type of drug will oxidize. If a drug needs reduction to unmask is its polar functional group, so the in phase 1 reaction of this drug, there will be reduction takes place in the liver microsome. Some drugs need hydrolysis for unmask its polar functional group, or for addition of a functional group in the drug. So there will be hydrolysis takes place in the microsomes of the liver during phase 1 reaction. Or if you take the example of a prodrug, that is the levodopa, what reaction takes place for in case of levodopa, that I previously discussed with you in prodrug lecture, there will be decarboxylation takes place. So for such type of a drug, if it is metabolizing in our liver, for example levodopa, What reaction takes place for the removal of carboxyl group from the drug, that is decarboxylation. So the each reaction takes place accordingly to the type of the drug, and at the as the final product we will get the drug that will be sufficiently polar or with the functional group by the addition of the functional group or unmasking of a previously existing functional group in the drug. So the main function of phase 1 metabolism is to prepare the compound for phase 2 metabolism. As I have previously discussed you in previous slides, that phase 1 reaction takes place in liver microsome. Why these takes place? It makes the drug somewhat polar, so it can be easily metabolized during phase 2 reaction in cytosol. So now phase 1 reaction, when you take the drug in your body, so what happened, just make an idea, you take the drug in your body via oral route, so it reaches from your mouth to the liver and to the intestine, and then it is reaches to the portal circulation, and it then reaches to the liver, and from liver it is in the liver it is reaches to where liver microsome. In the liver microsome the cytochrome P450 enzymes are present there. So what they do, they metabolize the drug and they add the drug in the drug functional group, that will be the polar functional group. So what will happen, the drug will get somewhat polar. So when that get somewhat polar, then the further drug will reach in the cytosol of the liver, and then they will further metabolize by the enzyme that will be present in the cytosol of the liver, and the drug uh, that will metabolize in the cytosol. So what type of reaction it will be metabolized, these are the phase 2 reaction, or we say it phase 2 metabolism, means this is the part 2 of the metabolism of the drug. So in the part 2 of the metabolism of the drug actually detoxify, means uh, it is already having the functional group, but it detoxified further. So how the drug detoxify in the phase 2 metabolism? By conjugation reaction, by sulfonation, by methylation, by acetylation, by amino acid conjugation, by glutathione conjugation. Means the phase 2 reaction is actually the conjugation reaction. The phase 2 metabolism is the phase of metabolism where drug actually get conjugated with sulfate group, with methyl group, or with acetyl group, or with amino acid, or with glutathione. Means in the phase 2 reaction or the phase 2 metabolism, part 2 of the metabolism or part 2 uh, fa- uh, of the part 2 of the metabolism, what will happen, the drug get conjugated. Conjugation, what is the conjugation? Conjugation means addition of a uh, molecule with another molecule. So what will happen in part 2 of the metabolism, that will be takes place in the cytosol of our liver. uh, Drug get conjugate with other groups, and what they these groups, they may be sulfate groups, they may be methyl group, they may be amino acid, they may be acetyl group, or they may be glutathione. So accordingly to the addition of the group in the drug during phase 2 metabolism or phase 2 reaction, we will say we will name them. For example, if drug get conjugated with sulfate group, we say that sulfate um, um, for example, if the drug get added with the sulfate, so we say will sulfation, and if the drug get methyl group add, if the drug added with the methyl group, so we will say that methylation. And if drug is added in itself acetyl group, so we will say that drug get acetylated. Or if the drug add in itself amino acid, so we will say that drug get conjugated with the amino acid. Or if the drug uh, add in itself glutathione, that is an antioxidant or a protein, so we will say that drug have glutathione conjugation. So what happened then in the second phase of metabolism, the drug, after all these reaction, after conjugation, after methylation, acetylation, what happened, the drug become more water soluble. And what happened, it will be easily excreted from our body. So the what are the, as I already have discussed with you, what are the phase 2 reaction. These are the um, conjugation reaction. These are the sequential reaction in which a covalent linkage is formed between a functional group on the parent compound or phase 1 metabolite and an endogenous substrate such as glucuronic acid, sulfate, acetate, or an amino acid. Means in the phase 2 reaction, what will happen when the drug will get conjugated with the amino acid, so there will be a covalent bond or the covalent linkage formed between an amino acid and a drug. So if the drug will get methylated, so a covalent linkage is formed between methyl group and the drug. And a covalent bond is a strong bond, is a permanent bond, means it is the drug cannot, once drug cannot once the drug get bounded covalently with another group, so it is irreversible, means the drug will not after the conjugation, the drug will not convert into its previous form. So what will happen after this conjugation, the drug will be highly polar, or we can say it is the sufficiently polar, so it is rapidly excreted in urine. And by the phase 2 reaction, usually all the drug get inactivated. Why the drug get inactivated? Because of this covalent linkage. And one exception is morphine 6 glucuronide. This drug is activated after the phase 2 reaction. So now we will see one by one the phase 2 reaction and how they affect the metabolism of a particular type of a drug or particular class of a drug. So glucuronidation is the one of the most important type of phase 2 metabolism reaction, in that a glucuronic acid may conjugate with a drug. However, instead of glucuronic acid, drug may get co- uh, drug may can make conjugate with sugar, glucose, xylose, ribose, and what will happen after glucuronidation? The drug will be less, more polar, or we can say sufficiently polar, and easily excrete out from the body. Now, sulfation, the sulfation is the addition of the sulfate group in the drug. And after you have to keep in mind that after sulfation, what will happen? The drug will get more polar and excrete out from the body. But as I previously discussed with you in my previous slide, for that these all reactions means different drugs do different type of reaction. For example, if our drug is doing sulfation, means adding the sulfate group in its uh, structure, it doesn't mean the other drug will also do sulfation. The reaction takes place, uh, will depend on the different classes or different types of a drug. For example, for in case of sulfation, most drugs that are based on phenol moiety, that are alcohol in nature, and that are amine in nature, these drugs do sulfations, means these type of a drug and these classes of a drug add up sulfate group in itself. So uh, what will happen after sulfation? The drug get more polar and excrete out in the body. To understand our next lecture how the this drug metabolism uh, knowledge is important for drug designing, we have to understand and we have to keep in our mind that what type of reaction takes place during phase 1 and phase 2 reaction, and how these reaction assist for drug um, activity, for assist for drug excretion from our body, how these reaction assist for a drug to convert it from non-active form to from non-active form to active form, or how these reaction responsible for the biological activity of a drug. So if we are taking the example of sulfation, so what sulfation is doing, sulfation is uh, enabling the drug to be excrete out from the body quickly. So what will happen if a drug that is that will be having ability for sulfation. For example, if a drug that is based on a phenol moiety, so the drug that are made up of phenol moiety has, as I'm telling you, the drug that are made up of by phenol moiety have ability to add up sulfate group. So if we are taking such type of a drug that is based on the phenol moiety, so what will happen, this drug will go in our body and it will sulfate do sulfation in liver, and it is radially excrete out from our body. But problem will be happen there if we need this drug in our body for a longer period of time. So at this at this part we have to design a drug in a way, a drug that is phenol having phenol moiety, and if a drug that is having a phenol moiety, and we need this drug in our body for a longer period of time, so we make a drug in such a way, we design this drug in such a way so that it cannot be easily sulfation, so it cannot easily excrete out from our body, and we can achieve its biological activity for as much as time we need it. So this we have to keep all these reaction in our mind, that what phase 1 reaction is doing, what phase 2 reaction are doing, and what type of a drug that are doing phase 1 reaction, what type of a drug that are doing phase 2 reaction. So here we are taking another example, that is glutathione conjugation. It is also the type of phase 2 metabolism or phase 2 reaction. So what will happen in this reaction? A drug may conjugate with a glutathione. Glutathione is a protein. It is an antioxidant protein. So antioxidant are beneficial in our body. They scavenge free radical. So what will happen? This glutathione is having protective effect in our body. So the drug is making conjugate with this glutathione. So what will happen if drug is in means radical form? Many drug when we consume in our body, what will happen? They convert in free radical form. So what will happen? This free radical, that is a drug, will make conjugate with a glutathione, that is an antioxidant, natural endogenous antioxidant in our body. It is a protein in nature. So what will happen, this drug that is converted in our body in, or we take this drug in a or the drug that we take in our body is a radical form. So what will happen, this drug make the conjugate with glutathione, and what will happen, the drug this glutathione neutralize the toxic effect of this is of the drug that is in radical form. You have to keep in your mind that the radical that is free radical is toxic for our body. Why it is toxic? Because it abstract an electron from our lipid, or initiate a free radical reaction, means it peroxidize our lipids, it damage DNA, it damage other biological macromolecule, and it produce toxicity in our cell. So what will happen, this phase 2 reaction, that is glutathione conjugation, will assist to make to convert drug from the toxic form to the non-toxic form. And after this non-toxic form, what will happen, the drug glutathione conjugate easily, directly or easily excreted from the body through urine or bile. So these were the phase 1 and phase 2 reaction, and this is the I conclude for you here. You just have to keep in your mind that in this lecture number 5, we actually, our topic is based on uh, two two parts. One part is drug metabolism, and second part, how the drug metabolism helpful for drug designing. So what is the drug metabolism? The drug metabolism is the change of the drug from one form to another form. It is possible the drug that we are taking in active form, it will convert into inactive form. It may be possible that after metabolism, it may be possible, if we are taking drug in our body as a pro-drug form, it after metabolism it convert into the drug form, that is the active form. Or it may be possible the drug does not change its biological activity or its parent form, and it excrete from our body in an unchanged form. So how drug metabolize in our body when we take drug in through oral route? So what will happen, it will go in our stomach, and then it reaches to the our liver via portal circulation. And what happened there in the liver is the major site of our drug metabolism. In liver there are microsomes that are organelles, and in the microsome there is an enzyme, we say it is cytochrome P450 enzyme. This enzyme involved in the metabolism of a drug. And what will happen, in the liver, the drug metabolism takes place in two phases, phase 1 reaction and phase 2 reaction. In phase 1 reaction, what will happen, the drug add up a polar group in that, and after the polar after getting this polarity, the drug is ready for further metabolize through a phase 2 reaction. And then in the phase 2 reaction, what will happen, a sulfate group, a methyl group, a acetyl group, or the glutathione group or glutathione protein conjugate with the drug, uh, and then it convert the drug either into more polar form or non-toxic form. And then after this reaction, the drug will excrete out from our body. And and how what why these reactions, all these reactions that are takes place in our liver for the metabolism of drug in phase 2 reaction and phase 1 reaction, phase 1 metabolism and phase 2 metabolism, all these are different type of reaction. and these reaction metabolize the drug according to their class. For example, the drug that are based on phenol moiety or having alcohol or alcohol in nature or amine in nature get sulfation, and accordingly the reaction of the drug takes place on the basis of the class of the drug. So in our next lecture we will discuss that how this knowledge of the drug metabolism um, will help us to design the drug. So actually I know that you people have already discussed this drug metabolism in your pharmacology like course, but I conclude it here just because you can understand our next topic, that is how the knowledge of drug metabolism assists us for drug designing. So dear student, kindly must see my next lecture, that is lecture number 6. In that we will discuss how this knowledge of the drug metabolism is important for designing a new drug. So thank you very much and Allah Hafiz.